Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Magic Arena Run. Today it's the middle of the week and it's actually very cool and rainy outside right now. Anyway, so it's midweek Magic. We get standard all access again, so I actually like that we get a second shot at standard all access. So although I might have preferred this once we got the rotation in, but I'm pretty sure we'll get one after rotation again anyway. So having another standard all access when Jumpstart did not fire off, it's actually fine. That said, I decided I wanted to do something very simple, something very aggro. So we're going off with just some basic Rakdos Goblins. Ooh, it's actually storming up here right now. So believe it or not, Grim Wanderer is a Goblin Warlock. And has a tragic backstory. So you're only going to be able to play Grim Wanderer when a creature died this turn. We're kind of anticipating most of the time that it's going to be our creatures that are going to die. But sometimes we get to kill off our opponent's creatures. That's why I'm running 4 copies of Heartless Act. I am running 4 copies of Royal Eruption because unfortunately Snow Mana is not... When you're running 2 colors, it's not very easy to come along Snow Mana, especially when you want to add copies of Den of the Bugbear and the Castle Embereth. Most of the time, I found myself like hitting only 2 Snowlands when I need the 3. So I could adjust the mana base for it, but right now I'm just running Royal Eruption. Also because sometimes you just need to hit face. Other than that, other than these 2, it's pretty much greatest hits in terms of goblins. So Fireblade. So most of them are pretty much new stuff from Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. Javelineer, Hobgoblin Captain, Battlecry Goblin, pretty much an all-star here. Hobgoblin Bandit Lord, it's the Lord we got. We're not exactly running Goblin Chieftain, but it's fine. And actually, this might be the best one of them all. Either you get 2 1/1s or you go for the Fatal Alpha Strike. Not bad. Also, it synergizes really well with Fireblade Charger. Not so much with Goblin Arsonist. I'm thinking there could be alternatives to this one, but not like I could run Raging Goblin if I really want to, but I don't feel. I would rather just have the extra Goblin Arsonist as extra removal there. There is Weaselback Redcap Goblin Knight that can pump, something I might consider, but I think I'd rather have the extra +1 damage off the board. We aren't running a lot of rares or mythics here. First day of class is also something in consideration, but the mana is very tight as it is, so we're not running that one. Okay, so yeah, if you're wondering, my mom's looking for something in the back there. That said, we're gonna go ahead and start our run right about now. Actually, yeah, I'm wondering if there's a pause button in the stream. Like I can turn on and turn off recordings, but I can't exactly pause. Anyway, let's just go for it. Why the heck not? It's gonna be very aggro. It's perfectly fine for like a midweek Magic, but I wouldn't consider this this to be top tier yet. I think we would be waiting for the kill spells from Innistrad would be the first thing on my radar here. So that said, 2 mana can kill. We'll run with this, but this is awfully slow. Anyway, we can Fabled Passage first. We're not exactly in a real hurry this way. Opponent's not in a hurry also. They're probably let's hope we can get enough aggro to run them down. Otherwise our slowness is actually going to be fatal for us. Okay, that's actually not bad. So Hobgoblin Captain. Basically, we'll see if we can trade this off as soon as possible. Opponent goes Druid class. Ooh, life gain. So I'm tempted to actually just hold this for now. Plus, the alternate plan is for me to just play the Battlecry Goblin now. Considering our opponent's not exactly killing our creep. Yeah, let's just play it now. Then watch our opponent play a 3rd color and we get them seriously wiped. So, at the very least, if our opponent plays Trelasara and plays a land, we should... Okay, so no Trelasara because they did their order in reverse. We would have Royal Eruption for the first hit, but that's about it. Playing... Oh. They're going Turbo, so the Heartless Axe can be relevant here. And they're 3-color as well. So, then if the Bugbear... I am going to just... I might as well just pump this now, get the extra aggro going. Because at this point, it looks like we're racing. I probably should have set this in black, actually, since I probably would want to do Heartless Act Grim Wanderer as a combo. Let's see what our opponent's turn 4 play is, though. Actually, yeah, this is turn 4. They have 4 lands, but that's from the double. They could have a 5th land down. There's their 5th land. Well, they're net -2 on that one. Let's see what their play is. Goldspan Dragon would be Foretell. Field Trip. Wait a minute. I think that's it. 3, 4, 5. Like, I don't even need to show them the pair of goblins. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have many ways to take them down this way. So yeah, I thought we were slow. Turns out our opponent was even slower. What the heck did they had the Doom? Oh, their colors were messed up. That's why. Technically, they shouldn't have foretold that. They should have gone for the Field Trip. Yeah, so Naya Control. Don't recommend. I would, if you're gonna do that, I'd stick to 2 colors. I'd probably drop the green from. Actually, right now it's hard to tell because I don't know any of the other cards in our opponent's deck. So it's very hard to judge what our opponent has. It's very easy to judge what we have, and this one is just a whole lot of removal and no action, but I guess we can keep this. Then watch our opponent be a control deck. Okay, we did draw some actions. We'll hold that back. If our opponent does not believe what this is, Kalane. Okay, fine. So they get quick ramp, but I might be incentivized to just nuke Okay, the reasoning for going for this is because I know I have 2 mountains on the follow-up. So it's very unlikely I'll be able to do double Heartless Act. Opponent goes Croxa. Yeah, let's discard the Royal Eruption here. Still gonna play this because I can always just kill their stuff on their turn. They're very unlikely to dig up Croxa. I actually considered putting Croxa here, but come on, everyone puts Croxa in the deck. Blood Chief's Thirst, sure, fine. Shambling Gas. So it will kill our Goblin Javelineer no matter what. So a bit awkward. We have too much removal. Let's get the second swamp. Opponent choosing not to block. In fact, opponent's going for the swing back. Let's see what their follow-up play is. Skullport Merchant. That's worth nuking. Basically, we want to keep them from drawing cards as much as possible, though we are actually destined to lose this one unless we draw something really good on the follow-up. Something that's not that. Right? So right now I'm basically just holding this Heartless Act. We probably don't want to play out all our cards as much as possible. I think our opponent's willing to go aggro on this. I'm actually fine with that. Opponent goes Archfiend's Vessel, so that's fine because the Javelineer gets through it. We're probably not going to win at this rate unless something changes. Our opponent just needs one more card in the yard. And they get Kroxa back, so but we really need to hold on to this Heartless Act for as long as we can. We have one more copy after that. I might want to hold Den of the Bugbear on defense. Lurus. This gets... If our opponent just... Yeah, opponent plays Kroxa. We're gonna snipe the Lurus. Which is actually bad because that will give them enough cards to get Kroxa back for good. Like, this is the most I can do, but... Because there's no point holding... But this is not a race we can win. Not unless we hit our 4th Heartless Act. There's actually an argument also for, let's say, cutting out some of the Royal Eruption with, say, a power word kill. Opponent's actually emptying their hand right now. Might as well, but it's really not looking good for us. Opponent can snipe our Javelineer this way. Or make... Like, we hit the Hobgoblin Captain, which is not great. I might hold on to it just to... have something to have something to discard. It's kind of curtains for us at this point. Opponent probably just blocks a token. Opponent has more than enough cards that if they're shy and nuking their other Kroxa, they're fine. It was a valiant effort. Let's do a double check before. What did he use it on? Kalane, Merchant, Lurus. Okay, those were good hits actually. There is an argument also, like, we sub them for Baleful Masteries. I just I kind of want to keep it simple for the time being, but if you guys want to run this with Baleful Mastery, it's actually fine. But I'm gonna concede at this point. Our opponent's next swing is going to kill us. I could hold the Fireblade Charger back, but it just buys me another turn of suffering. No, thank you. So, yeah, it's not gonna work. It's just basically something that I kind of wanted to run and see if we can get away with it without having to craft a ton of rares. Like, the rare count we have, it's just the Fabled Passage, which you probably should have, the Blightstep Pathways, which you probably should have. Actually, the only rares that are not lands would be the Hobgoblin Bandit Lord. Okay, we're definitely keeping this. We got a good mono red start. So turn 2 Battlecry Goblin. Let's see if our opponent has any sort of removal. Jasper's Sentinel. Change of plans. Turn 2 Royal Eruption. Basically, Jasper's Sentinel is as good a mana rock as any. Opponent goes Ranger class, which does allow us to do a quick Hobgoblin Bandit Lord and go for a trade. They could block and they just take another 2, that's fine. Opponent probably might have removal, but if it's removal, they're not building up their board. I can do Sedgemoor Witch. So interesting enough. 1, 2. 1. Pay 3, then yeah, we have removal. That's actually why I like the you see a pair of goblins, because that basically converts it into an additional shock. Let's see if our opponent has a board wipe. Generally, you don't carry board wipes if you're running a token deck, though. Witherbloom Apprentice. And go hunt for specimens. Okay. So the interesting thing we can do is we can actually swing first and pump later. Our opponent could just mass block the Hobgoblin Bandit Lord, which... Let's see how our opponent blocks. Our opponent could just choose to chump block the... this just chump blocking that one. So... Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think we do 6 for now. Yeah, we kind of basically emptied our hand at this point. Opponent concedes. Yeah, they're just doing 1-for-1s. We were just a lot faster out of the gate. It's basically a huge incentive to have interaction. Don't just rely on your creature surviving, which is weird coming from us, but we do anticipate our creatures dying quite a bit. In fact, we're kind of playing for it, which is why we have our Goblin Warlock. Doesn't get any more heavy metal than Goblin Warlock. Maybe sounds like a nice cover band name. So no Goblin Warlock here, but probably keep this one. Now I am tempted to just crack for double red, because our opponent's playing Bard class anyway, so we're probably... yeah, we could have cracked for black, but... yeah, the... opponent's really all in on this. I don't like the Bard class in the sense that you need to have the Bard class or else your deck does nothing. Okay, so... Hardnar... We did hit our swamp. No matter which one our opponent blocks, gets taken down. Basically, we're trying to see if we can empty our opponent's hand out first. Opponent just takes it. Not bad. This one's about to be live though, so that's something to consider. And thankfully, that just gives our opponent extra mana, which they might not need if they're running Bard class. Let's see. Red cap melee. Nice. So, Toski to be... So we get hit for 7. Yeah, the Bard class deck is really all in. What happens if you don't have this in your opening hand? It's kind of like Tybalt's Trickery in that sense. gonna hold these guys back though. Opponent probably still has quite a bit of gas. Also gonna start losing life quite a bit, so we need to rush, although opponent plays another Bard class, which, okay, it makes this life, but not much else. So probably take 4. No, just take 2. When it gets to draw a card. Okay. Yeah, this one I don't feel like it's pulling much weight now, but yeah, that one pulls more weight. So we get to play another one of these, but it doesn't really help us. We're probably better off just seeing a pair of goblins chump block the board. I can likewise also just play Hobgoblin Bandit Lord now. Like, how did I lose the last one? Red Cap Melee. So we'll just hold back. Then yeah, we'll most likely have to block this one, but yeah, it's not well, we can actually at least block Toski. Opponent seems they're going to have to dig. But it's search for so they do get to find a 2-mana creature which they can cast for free. They're going for Gallia, which is actually very good. That makes it a 3/3. 4/4. I forgot there are 2 of them. So we're forced to block, and okay, we can concede now. So not. Yeah, I would like to run into the Bard deck that does not have Bard class under opening hand. Same way, like I'd like to run into the mono white deck that does not have 1-drop into Luminarch Aspirant as well. Sometimes I feel like I see it way too often, but sometimes it is how it is. I guess it does mean that if we're considering this deck actual, we could run, say, Feed the Swarm to eat the Bard class. It's like it's not too bad. Okay, we'll keep this one. Opponent's playing Lurrus, so we actually have good targets for our Royal Eruption until they buy back. So this time we really have to go for a Black Source. They're going for a Ginger Brute, so very interesting. At least we're seeing a lot of interesting decks now. Like, I meant to just run the Hobgoblin Captain out there. I would not be surprised if this is an All That Glitters deck, so we might have to be careful of that. The Royal Eruptions are gonna... Oh, it's probably... Yeah, it's an All That Glitters deck. Which we can safely block though, so I actually don't mind that. I don't think that was a very good trade for our opponent. So next turn, if... Okay, opponent's doing the Smith deck. So we can do Royal Eruption into Grim Wander, which we will do. Still, I think I want to just get the other Black Source just in case. Yeah, I'm already considering that maybe the number of... So this one makes a 4/4, so... Yeah, basically my wish list for Innistrad is an instant spell that deals 3 damage. Well, we do have Dragon's Fire, not exactly quite running that. I might run Scorching Dragonfire, but that one's gonna rotate out soon. Okay, opponent goes for that and a Silver Raven. So they get the free Scry. I might just snipe it, actually. The problem is our opponent eventually plays Lurrus, so I might be better off just racing them in the air. Because let's see, this is 1 and 2, 1 and 1 to activate. Yeah, sure, that's what we're gonna do. So our opponent activates, most likely just plays the... Yeah, we're probably gonna go for a race instead. Opponent plays Lurrus, that I figured as much. Opponent holds back. So 1, 2. Now I have to decide if I want to just snipe this now or no. I want to snipe the Lurrus. That's the real payoff there. Let's see how our opponent plays it though. Like they can just play Lurrus, Ginger Brute, swing in for 1. Very conservative. Well, they don't have added white mana. And there's the... I don't think they protected the right creature. Oh, they really just emptied it out, eh? So I can swing with this now just to see if our opponent most likely just blocks with that. The problem is they get to then untap this and pump some. Actually, I don't mind that. Well, actually I do mind it now. They have so much mana and nothing to do with it. So 5/5 into a giant killer. Very. So we're gonna take 6 here. Like I can. Well, I might as well block this one because it's a good way to snipe the Ginger Brute afterwards. Yeah, opponent probably should have considered doing it here. I didn't have a way to pump. Okay, so we got ourselves a Battlecry Goblin, which we can pump. 1, 2. It's not enough for damage though, but it's enough to because we're probably not going to block our opponent anyway. If our opponent decides to block Javelineer, that's fine because it's just Ward 1. We get to pay it. Thankfully, I actually. And so the race is going to be a bit different now. Next portable hole. They got the hole. So we're going to be taking quite a bit of damage here. Oh wait, they can also activate this one. Yeah. We are going to need... Now this one makes a 3/4 dragon, so it's not going to slip past. Like 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's hold back for now. And just make a pair of goblins end of turn. That's the most that we can do at this rate. So we go down to 1. I don't think we can deal enough damage to catch up. Oh, let's make sure to at least click the correct side. Yeah, this is not enough. So that does show the issue that not exactly very helpful. Yeah, this is the most we can do. Kind of needed more help, but very hard to. It is an argument for, say, adding artifact removal. That's a thing. Not that feels like more like a sideboard thing. So something we like if I run first. Actually, wait, let's actually do a double check. There is another 1 mana learn spell. Academic Dispute. Target creature blocks this turn. You may have it gain reach until this turn. Learn. This is doable. Like I could try cutting 2 of these, add 2 of these for the time being. Let's see what are the lessons that we probably want to add. Definitely 1 environmental sciences, one expanded anatomy, 1 mascot exhibition, though it's very unlikely that we'll cast it. Probably 1 introduction to annihilation. Again, I don't want to cast that. But then we get to add start from scratch, necrotic fumes. So though necrotic fumes is a bit harder to cast, probably just add the 2 start from scratch. I could just add an introduction to prophecy too. So we'll give this one a shot. Another thing we can probably also do is maybe cut some of our. I don't want to cut our 3 drops per se. Yeah, we just cut our Royal Eruption for this. Let's see if it pans out. Because worst case scenario, it's if our opponent has a creature, it's just a 1 mana learn spell that we can use as an emergency. First day of class, I would also like to consider that one, although we're not exactly a big mana deck. Okay, so turn. Duress. We'll lose either Goblins or Heartless Act. I actually don't mind losing Goblins now, considering our mana consideration. Heartless Act's a little bit more painful. Granite Magistrate. Okay, so we do hit a okay, since we... I think I just run the Battlecry Goblin now. Let's see if we can hit our 3rd mana, otherwise we are in for a world of hurt. Also an argument, like, run Stomp, because why not? Let's see how our opponent double blocks this. Opponent does not double block, so let that land, then just play these 2 out. That way, next turn we can threaten to pump, but our opponent probably has like a Bloodchief's Thirst. That's fine. If we and a Deafening Silence, opponent's really afraid of that matchup. He can't safely block the Javelineer. He can block the Arsonist just leave it at that. Sorceress Spyglass doesn't really do anything considering what we have in hand. Yeah, our opponent's deck is way too defensive. Like, Next turn we probably would have seen the pair. I could just probably play Battlecry Goblin. Especially if I hit another land. Otherwise, see a pair of goblins would continue to be painful for our opponent. Who hurt our opponent that badly that's the deck they're running? Might have anticipated a lot of control, but I don't think the meta is pure control right now, no matter how many Sultai Ultimatum decks we run into. Also, although I will acknowledge that there is just a straight Dimir control now as well. So things are changing quite a bit. How many games have I played though? We didn't win that many, that's for sure. Yeah, I should probably also amend the deck at around this point. So while we're waiting, it's also hard to do this. Like if you could see my setup right now, I have to use cloth to cover the top part of my camera so there's no glare. So what did I cut? I cut 2 Royal Eruption for 2 Academic Dispute. I guess it's an argument for just putting the Snowlands back and just running Frostbite. Then let's see, my sideboard's 1 Environmental Sciences, and I'll finish that later. Yeah, we keep this one. Without a tree drop on the horizon, I can just run Fireblade Charger turn 1. Also, this looks also on the. Oh yeah, you can't see it from here. That's okay. Opponent. Our opponent could have Luminarch Aspirant, but this is more likely to be a Winota deck. If I see green, that really confirms it, but Boros Winota is still not out of the picture. This could also be different. Actually, our opponent's taking quite taking their fine time. Trying to type out. Is our opponent still there? I just hear the timer running down. Oh joy. Okay, opponent's there. They're back. Strict Proctor. Now, I could just choose to trade the Hobgoblin Captain for the Strict Proctor, but we're kind of the aggro deck. Let's just remember to save one for the inevitable Winota. Also, if I have to remove targets, I'd remove the non-human ones. Oh, opponent's playing black also, so this is different. It could still be Winota, but this is... Oh, this looks like Clackbridge Troll deck. Well, I'm gonna kill it anyway because it could also just be straight Croxa. Opponent shocks the captain, sure. So hopefully we hit one more mana to get Battlecry Goblin live. Karavec the Spiteful. Oddly, okay, it actually will not kill because Fireblade Charger became 0. So no point sending both damage there. Opponent had... Okay, that was a bit annoying. So target creature... You know what? Yeah, you can gain reach. And play environmental sciences. Let's get another mountain at this point. So I could swing with Battlecry Goblin, make it 2-1. Yeah, from the looks of our opponent's definitely playing a Clackbridge Troll deck. Between these and the Karavik the Spiteful to nuke out the goat tokens. So that explains our opponent's build. Also means we're in trouble right now because we are out of cards. Opponent probably plays a troll. I'll have to decide if I probably just let him swing because there's no point in holding back. Yeah, this is a good argument for having more removal, not less. Yeah, they got their combo done. You know what? I'll see if I have one turn. Nope. This does nothing. We can concede now. So we had hard removal. We just used it up way too early. Yeah, because we assumed our opponent had a different kind of deck. That was our weakness. I like the Academic Dispute, but we definitely need even more removal at this point. So I'm going to make one more change to the deck. I might actually just change the lands at this point. So the Royal Eruption's gonna go. We're bringing Frostbite back in. I'm still okay with Academic Dispute, although we can probably cut it. But now we have to change the lands as well. One Castle Embret has to go. We'll keep the Den of the Bugbears though. Probably also cut one Fabled Passage for another Sulphurous Mire. We'll keep cut one Blightstep Pathway for yet another Sulphurous Mire. And then everything else is going to be a Snowland. Oh yeah, we get to actually play with these lands. So we need to actually make 2 cuts back. We could cut the Arsonist altogether since we're not too reliant on turn 1 plays, but I still like to have enough turn 1 plays. I guess what we can do is we can actually cut one more Fabled Passage. So we go down even more lands, but we also have to probably cut one pair of goblins. We'll give this one a try, see how that pans out. Also, I need to export this because I can't remember all the cards I typed in. So yeah, this is the issue I usually have, but I guess I'm willing to keep this because we have a lot of 1-drops and a 2-drop. And opponent leads on Lair into Swarm Shambler. We'll lead on Goblin Arsonist because this only triggers on spells. Next turn, I might just drop Battlecry Goblin. Or I can... probably Frostbite Academic Dispute. Or I can just Frostbite it now, I guess. No, I'm going to just swing now because our opponent's most likely plan is to just put +1/+1 counter on this one by pumping 2 mana here. In fact, I would rather they spend the mana here than on this one, though they could also be mutating on the Storm Shambler, which would be annoying. Fly, okay. Pump, I guess. Yep, pump. So we take 2, they venture into the dungeon. Now we can frostbite. Alternate plan is we can no, we can't academic this. Wait, we can academic dispute. We can play Hobgoblin Captain, then hold the academic dispute, catch them by surprise that way. If it doesn't look like it's gonna work, we can still frostbite. Jaspera Sentinel. Let's see what their other spell is. They could have a counter spell. I actually hope they're Blizzard Brawl. Okay, so instead of that, we do it here instead. So it saves our Hobgoblin Captain. We're letting our opponent get themselves a goblin, so that is a problem. So we still want to hold the captain back, although it's now going to be a 4. Yeah, we probably should have removed it earlier. Oh, they have another Blizzard Bro. Okay, fine. Oh, wait, they... I actually want to just hold back. Let's see if they have yet another removal. This is pretty much going to be a chump block at this point. So what are we looking for? Heavy gain reach? Yes. We definitely want environmental sciences. And let's see if they drop something else so we can safely drop Grim Wanderer. Eliwick. Okay. Plus just gives... Okay, they might pump this up to an even more obscene amount. Yep, that's what they're gonna do. We're going to just Grim Wander in response so we can kill Eliwick. Sorry, Eliwick. So we're now racing in this. We're now racing in a bit of a weird sense. Opponent's gonna get a lot more advantage over us. Yeah, that's kind of the situation right now. We can hit back for 7, though that draw card might be bad for us. Wandering Troubadour. So oddly enough, we can Hobgoblin Javelin here. We can just swing with everything at this point. So opponent probably should block the Grim Wanderer. Oh, they're gonna block the Valkyrie. Okay, so next turn 7. Oh, they didn't go for the Lair of the Hydra. Okay, that's interesting. Looking for a creature up top, I suppose. So what's this? Scry 1. No way to activate this. Well, they can activate it if they want. X0 is fine. I think they goofed up by playing this one. So... yeah, and that's it. Our opponent had a very good idea with with fly. They actually could have gotten the safer bet was still to block. I think our opponent was afraid that we'll be generating more goblins, but the goblin already has like 6 power. Already has 6 power, so that's something to consider. This is, and let's see, how long have we been playing this? Yeah, I think that's good enough. So there we go. That's gonna be it for this episode of the Magic Arena Run. I probably should also update the deck list since I've already updated. It on. Update the cache. There we go. So this would be the updated version of the deck list. You'll find it in the description as well. Not exactly something that's very good, especially for standard 2020. No, not also standard 2022. Several cards need to be cut there more or less. But something to probably work towards too in anticipation of the rotation. For all intents and purposes, the Heartless Act could easily be Power Word Kill, or just wait for the new one. The Frostbites are still fine. Academic Dispute, still testing it. It kind of worked on that. It kind of worked that round. Fireblade Charger is still legal. Goblin Arsonist will not be legal. Worst case scenario, just add the Raging Goblins, or just add more burn spells. There's nothing wrong with more burn at this point, especially if you can get the new shock. Yeah, play with fire. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. Take care. God bless. Stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone. Take care.